Good morning, welcome back to the One Celtic Fans View after a really uneventful night, but was it? There seems to be more information coming out, and congratulations to this guy. We need to, although we knew the deal was done early on yesterday, Celtic didn't announce it till around about midnight last night. But there are bigger concerns at Celtic in regards to Michael Nicholson. Benji Siegrist, goalkeeper, ex-goalkeeper at Celtic, says some things never change. Laughing face and a little four-leaf clover. There's been a lot of talk over the last couple of days about the inability of Michael Nicholson to answer the phone. I'm going to let you listen to a thing that's been doing the rounds on social media, but it was sent to me last night also. Tell me what you think of this.
So here's a bit of knowledge for you. So everything you've been hearing about Celtic and looking at a basket case there isn't really far from the truth. So I'm friends with I'm friends with Yang's UK agent. So Yang was told he could go at the start of the window, and then injuries, they said, oh, we need to keep a hold of you. That's fine.
All true.
Allowed to leave, yeah, he'll definitely be allowed to leave. Don't worry about
All
that.
true.
Birmingham wasn't always destination. Swansea were involved, Norwich were involved. But
Yep.
It came out that it was Birmingham, obviously. Pardon me. So Yang goes to the airport. He's flying down there. The boy Gardner, who you might remember, he was a centre mid. He's their technical director, or whatever you want to call it. So he's in contact with Man 8 saying, paperwork's pretty much all done. We just need to get him down here to actually sign things, and also to give him a second medical.
Standard.
I guess. And so we go out to work, come back, and he's getting a million messages in his phone from his business partner saying that Birmingham have pulled the deal. And they've pulled the deal because Nicholson has refused to answer his phone. So Birmingham are trying to get in contact with Celtic, and Nicholson just isn't answering the phone to them. And every time he gets through to the club are saying, oh, he's busy on deals. So that move, basically Birmingham got that pissed off, they've started the deal, and that's why they ended up with Paddy Roberts. It's shameful stuff.
Unbelievable. And I can believe every word of it, because it's not the first time that we've heard information about Michael Nicholson and his dealings. Now, Michael Nicholson, he's an intelligent guy. I mean, this is him on Twitter. He still hasn't updated his Twitter. He says that he's the Director of Legal and Football Affairs at Celtic FC. Very esteemed position. There's his background, Michael Nicholson. This is free for anybody to see on LinkedIn. If you want to go to LinkedIn and his public profile. Director of Legal Football Affairs back in 2019. He's not updated. He can't even be asked updating his LinkedIn. Doesn't have to. It's way above his stage, isn't it? And I've posted a blog from the Celtic blog in the community tab. Go and check that out. It's a fantastic read. It'll give you another insight into the mindset of Michael Nicholson, our esteemed CEO, that hasn't spoken to anyone, really, since Brendan Rodgers came in. And do the fans need answers, or are we just paying customers and we just sit down and get on with it? Although we did bring in a player last night, yesterday, Brendan Rodgers said he wanted a minimum of 3 players in. All the talk yesterday morning was about bringing 4 players into the club. It didn't happen. We did send our roving reporter, Kaiser, and a big thanks to Kaiser for that. I will also put in the community tab a link to Kaiser's GoFund page. He is doing the sleep out at Celtic Park, so if you please donate to Kaiser's, and I will put it as the first comment on this video as well, for his GoFund page for sleeping out at Celtic Park for the Celtic Foundation. As much as we want to hit the board, the Celtic Foundation is still a fantastic organisation, and everyone that does things for it should really be backed. And I think that Kaiser done an absolutely fantastic job for us last night, being at Celtic Park right up until the closing of the window to see if anyone was going to turn up late and to try and see who was in the building. There was obviously the lights came on at Celtic Park, but obviously we weren't able to get in to see what exactly was going on, and it was obviously pictures getting taken. But as we stand here this morning, the full squad. I will do a live at 8 p.m. Celtic Park time tonight. I might do one this afternoon as well. Yeah, I'll do one this afternoon because there's a lots to talk about, and I think that we really need to keep the pressure on the Celtic board, because this has been a shambles of a window. Let's not... I mean, there's more and more coming out about Michael Nicholson and his blasé, and for a man that was, I won the debating fucking society, I have a debating society award. See, in real life, mate, debating societies at unis. I mean, I'm all for everybody that wants to go to uni. I left school at 15 and a half. There was no chance of me going to uni. I don't want to go to uni. But I started up 3 different businesses. I started up a business in a foreign country. So I'm a bit street savvy as well when it comes to things. You don't need to go to university to be fucking good in life. I can show you that. But big up to people that do go to uni. But when it comes to real life and business, and it's not the first time that Nicholson has been openly, Swansea said, ask Celtic what's going on. Not answering the calls. Go ahead Eagles. Openly slated Celtic in public. It's not just YouTubers, it's not just people on Celtic blogs that are having a dig at Nicholson. It's not just fans saying sack the board. There's starting to be a bit of a collective here of people that have dealings with this man. Is this really the man that you want running Celtic Football Club? I don't care about his past and about all the good things that, I've got this CV. Fucking doesn't matter, mate. You have let the club down in its biggest moment. When we look at the squad, we've got goalkeeper Kasper Schmeichel. Personally, I think he's past it. Sinisalo, Ross Doohan. Ross Doohan was brought in for free. That all came about because he got a phone call for the goalkeeping coach saying, do you want to come back to Celtic? It's an easy deal done, wasn't it? He likes that kind of deal. No money involved. Get a player back on the cheap. And at the right backs, we've got Alistair Johnston, who's out injured until December. Tony Ralston and young Colby Donovan, who was going to go out on loan, but that's been scuppered because Brendan Rodgers wasn't getting to spend money on another right back. So Colby Donovan will be playing more games at Celtic this season, which is great for him and it's great for a youth player coming through. I'm all for that. But it's the situation we need to think about. The left back, Kieran Tierney, not 100% fit. Marcello looks a decent player. He's only on loan to the end of the season. And then Hateo Inamura, who was meant to be going out on loan. That didn't work either. Centre backs, we have Cameron Carter-Vickers, Austin Trusty, who's out injured, Liam Scales, and Jemai Simpson-Puzzi as well. And this is just showing the ones that are actually shown in the squad as of this moment. I know that Dane Murray's in and about there, but he's not shown on the first team squad on the Celtic website as yet. No improvement. Sadly. We're not stronger. You want to go into the season, maybe just bring in one player in. We've let go. We'll do another video talking about the players that we've let go because the list is unbelievably long. In the midfield, we'll have Callum McGregor, Rio Hitati, Arne Engels, Luke McCowan, Paolo Bernardo, and Benji Nygren. You could say that Benji is a better holding midfield player than he is a winger. He's not classed as a winger really at Celtic, is he? He's more a holding midfield player in the number 8 beside Callum and allowed to go forward. The forward positions, we have Jota, who's out injured till January. We have Michelangelo, we have James Forrest, we have Daisen Maeda, Shin Yamada, Johnny Kenny, Callum Osmond, Yang, and Sebastian, who was brought in late last night. There is no new strikers. We have lost in the region of around about 60 to 90 goals a season in Nicholas Kuhn, Adam Ida and Kyogo in the last 8 months. Think about that. We're now sitting the 2nd of September. Sorry, today's the 2nd of September. We sit in the 2nd of September weekend. absolutely weakened. We're a laughing stock on social media. Players turning Celtic down on transfer deadline day, chasing after players and not getting deals done, going all in on your chips on a striker that had no intention on coming to Celtic. He wasn't interested. We knew on Saturday evening, there was loads going around on socials on Saturday that the guy Casper wasn't interested in coming to Celtic. Why isn't Nicholson or the manager picking up the phone and then asking the player directly at that point? You know, in the good old days, when the discussion started, the manager would pick up the phone to the player and say, are you interested in coming? If the player says no, that's it. You end it. But no, we run it right through from Saturday all the way through Sunday, right up to 7 o'clock nearly on Monday evening to concede. There was no conceding about it. There was no conceding that we lost the battle. You can't lose a battle if the player doesn't want to come. But Celtic put it out there. Celtic let it known that they had lost the battle. This is the Michael Nicholson effect. You know, it's like, well, I didn't lose. We lost out on the negotiations. No, you didn't. He didn't want to come here. There's a big difference. You can spin it all you want from a business point of view. And if you want to talk about KPIs, Mr. Nicholson, because you'll be well versed in KPIs in business, and you would have been sent to Brendan Rodgers through his contract negotiations in the summer that maybe Brendan Rodgers hasn't achieved all his KPIs when it comes to getting the treble last year. Over the past 2 seasons, he's fell short twice. That's not 100% record. So, you know, you need to prove that you're worthy of a new contract with us, Brendan, by achieving your KPIs and getting us into the Champions League. But we're going to take away the majority of your best players. That's all I'm saying. But you need to still achieve your objectives. Michael Nicholson, you're fired, would be my comment this morning if I was Dermot Desmond. A man that takes 93 grand, 92 grand or 93 grand a year into his pension pot. Into his pension pot from Celtic. Collectively, that's more than 3 or 4 years' wages for a lot of the working fans that go to games. Yeah, it's the working fans that go to games, people like me and you, that have to pay out. We're a football club. We are not a clothing brand. Let's just say that. We're a football club. We're not a clothing brand. We've had 3 sets of strips come out before the start of the season. We had 1 strip come out before the end of last season for this season. We had a further umpteen amount of... we had... God, I'm just waiting on the cricket strips coming out next. The Celtic cricket gear. We had the tennis gear. We had the pool gear. We had the influencers gear. It's all slap on the back stuff and increased profitability, and it makes the balance sheet look good. But right now, the fans aren't happy. And if you're not happy, share this video and make sure that we get it out to as many people as possible, because we have to put pressure on Michael Nicholson. He has to be held accountable. Brendan Rodgers has said he's no idea why. Do you know, it's no explanation. Brendan Rodgers won't be able to speak to the media now for another 10 days. 10 days. He doesn't have to speak to the media. If I was Brendan, I'd be on a flight away out to Mallorca, to my holiday home, and just switch my phone off and just don't talk to anyone from Celtic for the next 10 days. Well, the next 7 days, because he'll need to get back to training. And for a lot of people saying on social media last night that Brendan this morning should just go, do you know what? Fuck this. And I'm sorry for swearing, it is only, it's 8:25 in the morning here. I don't want Brendan to walk. I want him to walk out with his held head high at the end of the season with retaining the league. That's going to be a tall order, considering the way that other clubs have spent money. And it's now up to Brendan Rodgers to be the bigger man in this scenario. I want Brendan Rodgers to outlast Michael Nicholson, maybe even Chris Mackay, and definitely Peter Lawwell. Your time's up. The dinosaurs that run the club, as successful as you have been over the last 20 years, and nobody's taking that away from you. But when you go through troughs of managed decline. Yes, this is managed decline. They will see it as a success that, well, the squad's okay. We wanted 2 strikers in. It was said late last night that we were in talks with a striker that Brendan Rodgers used to work with at Leicester. He was released by his club just after the closing of the Scottish transfer window last night so that he could continue talks with Celtic as a free agent. We'll wait and see if that one happens. It's looking like that will be the only deal that happens. Brendan Rodgers said that he would wait to the end of the window to talk about whether we were stronger or not. Brendan Rodgers will say to the media, the first question that will be asked in 10 days' time is, how's the squad? Who's all fit? Are you enjoying the new players? What happened in the transfer window, Brend? And Brendan will say, I can only work what I've got here. Now that we've closed the window, I can be really focused on what I've got. I can only work with what I've got, and I'll do the best to put the best team possible out on the pitch to try and achieve success. That's Brendan Rodgers' conversation for you in 10 days' time. And it's all I can say. And I think as we all sit here this morning completely deflated with the absolute comedy show that is Celtic FC at the moment, I think that I'm not even excited that we signed. I mean, we knew we'd signed this guy late yesterday and not announcing it till late on. It's just unbelievable. And then the story coming out about Yang. It's not the first time. Benji Siegrist. I mean, that's even more embarrassing. That is even more embarrassing for Nicholson. The fact that Benji Siegrist took to social media and said some things never change. Ex-players will know. It's time that these ex-players started speaking out collectively. And this is a message to any ex-Celtic player. Speak out, because we as fans deserve to know. And people will say, it's a business, it's fuck all without you. It's a football club. It's a football club that was here before these idiots were in. I've supported Celtic way before Nicholson was involved with Celtic. Supported Celtic since the 70s. When I was just a little kid. The other day I put up the picture of me and Roy Aitken in Celtic Park when I was a kid, holding up the Scottish Cup in the boardroom. Because that's where the trophies were kept, in the boardroom. And when you think back to players like Roy Aitken that have came through the club, that are still there to this day, giving their service to the club. And then you've got people like Michael Nicholson completely ruining what should have been a fantastic year. I said that we would be going for a treble this year. It's not a chance. I'll take the league. We win the league this year and it'll be a good season for us. Anyway, on that note, make sure you keep an eye on the channel. I am working on in the background to invite some people on for a discussion that know more about the whole situation with Nicholson not speaking. I have reached out to some people, so keep an eye out for that. Thank you to everyone who has watched the absolute epic couple of days that we've had on YouTube. Thank you to everyone who has subscribed to the channel, and thank you to everyone who gave super chats to yesterday. And make sure that you click the link and give to Kaiser, who's doing the sleep out. On that note, I would say have a fantastic day, Celtic fans all around the world, but I know that we're not, and we're all sitting a bit bemused this morning.